Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video we're going to look at streams and how to filter data. So let's say that we wanted to filter every single name that didn't start with, or that doesn't start with a W. So we would filter it so that we would only get Sammy and Joey. In order to do that, we can do something like this. What we do is first we grab our list. It has to be of type collection. So we could do this with I think hash map would work. For example, that's also a type collection. And then what we do is we call this stream method. So this stream method lets us filter. So then we call stream and then we call filter. And now this filter, what it does is it takes in something called a predicate. So to show you guys what a predicate actually looks like, I'm going to use the anonymous inner class syntax first just so it's a little easier to understand what the lambda expression is doing. Dot. And okay, so now what this is doing, or actually let me finish it and then it'll make a little more sense. Okay, so let's go through this step by step. What we're going to do is we're going to open a stream. Then we're going to filter it using this predicate interface. So what this predicate interface does is for every consumer that we pass in, or sorry, for every person that we pass in, we're going to test. If the test returns true, then that means we're going to keep it inside of our filter. If the test returns false, that means we don't want the person anymore. So for example, we have this list of users, Willie, Sammy, Joey. Our criteria is that we want to get rid of any user whose name is not Willie. So we're first gonna, on our first iteration of our loop, we're gonna have Willie. That's gonna be the first person. Well, Willie's name doesn't match with, or Willie is who we want to filter out, right? He's the person we want to filter out. So if t.getName.equals Willie, then we want to return false. We want to return false because we don't want to keep him in our list, in our filtered list. Then we're gonna, on our second iteration of our loop, we're gonna have Sammy, right? So Sammy, his name is not equal to Willie. Sammy is not equal to Willie, and so we're gonna keep him, and the same with Joey. So we're gonna return true whenever this test function is called, or whenever this test method is called. Then, once we have a filtered list of users, we're going to go through and iterate through all of them using this for each method. Similar to, for example, up here, right? We're going to use this for each method, and then we're just going to do some kind of operation on each person using this except method. So then we can just do system.out.println t.getName. All right, so we run this, and okay, let me comment out the other prints. So we just have Sammy and Joey. So that worked. Now, this is still a little verbose because we're using these anonymous inner classes when we could be using lambda expressions. So let's convert this to use lambda expressions. To do that, it's very simple. We filter, right? And now our lambda expression, we're going to have a person, and we're just going to return dot. I guess we can just copy this. So that's going to be our filter, and then we need our for each. So then again, we're going to, let's see here, we need another person. So we're going to do it like that, and actually I think we might need to name this something different because we have a person object up there, right? So let's just call this T, and let's call this guy T as well. And now we can just take this line, put it here, and we're done. All right, so let me split this up so it's a little easier to read. Dot for each. So first we open up the stream, and then we filter it using this lambda expression. This lambda expression is the exact same thing as this predicate thing that we see up here. What it's doing is it has this test method. We return false for any persons whose name is equal to Willie, so they don't show up in our filtered list. Then we take our filtered list, we loop over it, and we print out every name that we see. So So we run it, and let's actually comment this one out now, and we should just see Sammy and Joey. Alright, good. So this is the basics of filtering. You can do a lot more complex stuff in here, right? So in this filter, we could return false for anyone who's, I don't know, we could convert it to t dot maybe get name. We can get the name, and then we could say, okay, so any name who's equal to Willie, and then we could also return false for, and I forgot my quotes, and then we could also, I don't know, maybe return false if the age, so if the age is equal to 20, then we return, and we can do filtering like that too. So this is a very elegant approach, because before what you would have to do is you might do something like this. If person2.getName.equals, and then Willie, and then you would put a not in front of here, and only then you would print it, right? And then you might have another condition, and then another condition, and you might do something like this, right? So, and you would have like this for syntax. So you can see that it's not very clean up here, but this makes it much more elegant. We can compact this into one line. Actually, it shouldn't be in one line. It should ideally look something like this, but my auto formatting isn't optimized for lambda expressions. Anyways, you guys get the idea. I'll see you guys in the next video.